Hello everybody, this is Daryl Whitman with Destinationwvftv. Thank you for watching. Me and my wife recently cruised on the new flagship of Carnival Cruise Lines, the fabulous Carnival Jubilee. As with any cruise experience and or cruise ship, there are things you like and those you don't. The Carnival Jubilee wasn't any different. In this video, I'll talk about our likes and dislikes from our perspective. This is our opinion only. Your opinion may be different than ours, and I respect that. I hope you can respect mine. With that said, let's get started with the 6 things we liked about the Carnival Jubilee. By the way, this is not an all-inclusive list, but the things that stood out the most. First on the list of likes was the room size. We booked a balcony cabin, and the room certainly met our expectations. There was ample space for both of us to move around without stepping over each other. The configuration of the room was ideal. The bed was actually located next to the balcony. The television was positioned right in front of the bed, not off to the side like you see on some other cruises. We really liked that. There was plenty of storage space, so you didn't have to navigate around luggage because you didn't have anywhere to store it. Under the bed works great. The cabin had more than enough room, and again, we were really pleased with it. Second, the size of the closet is always important to us. We like to have plenty of hanging space rather than shelves. We were not disappointed. There was more than enough hanging space and shelving in the closets. The only criticism was that there were only 2 drawers available in the cabin. I would have expected another set, but it worked out okay. Third, the week we took the cruise, that was Super Bowl Sunday. I didn't realize it until it was too late to cancel or reschedule, so I prayed that I would be able to see it on the ship. No worries. Carnival Jubilee had it covered. They showed the Super Bowl in multiple venues, including Grand Central, the Jubilee Theater, the Seaside Theater, and Summer Landing. If I didn't have a solution for watching the Super Bowl, Carnival Jubilee had my back. This brings me to number 4 in our likes. The internet service on the ship was excellent. We purchased the premium package, 1 device, for both me and my wife, and we could not have been happier with the service. We had absolutely no issues with the internet service. The Super Bowl we were just talking about, I watched the whole thing on my iPad on the Paramount Plus app. I didn't need to leave the room and go to any of the venues that were showing it on the ship. I stayed right there in the comfort of our cabin. I had no issues switching between my phone and iPad when I needed to. It was just outstanding. Outside of Odyssey of the Seas with Royal Caribbean, Carnival Jubilee was the best internet service we have encountered. 5th, Embarkation and Debarkation. I'm going to combine these together. Both processes were easy and efficient, smooth and simple. Specifically with Embarkation, the lines moved well. We didn't feel like we were in a time warp, stuck in any one place for any extended period of time. Once we checked in, there was no waiting for them to call us in groups to board the ship. It was right on to the ship. I appreciated that. Our check-in time was 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. I would venture to say that from the time we arrived at the cruise terminal to the time we got on the ship was about 30 to 45 minutes. We were on the ship at about 1:15 p.m. Disembarkation was even easier. Carnival Jubilee uses the Hub app to coordinate disembarkation. A couple of days before, you get on the Hub app and select the time for your disembarkation. When it's time for you to disembark, you receive a message from Carnival on the Hub app letting you know. Me and my wife always do self-assist because we like to get off the ship early and get on our way. I selected 8 a.m. We headed down to one of the relaxation floors, deck 7, 8, or 16. We actually waited on 7 since we would only have to go down 1 deck to disembark. When it was time for us to head down to disembark, we were notified on our phone. We were off the ship shortly thereafter. So both embarkation and debarkation were great. We didn't have any issues with them at all. That was a big like. Last but not least, number 6 was the Sailaway Party. Look, I haven't cruised on every cruise line, but the ones I have don't come close to throwing the kind of Sailaway Party that Carnival does. Let me tell you, the Sailaway Party on this ship was smoking hot, led by Carnival Cruise Director Kendall Fire. What a great name. The Sailaway Party, whenever we're on Carnival, is a highlight. It was certainly no different on Jubilee. So that takes care of the likes. Like I said previously, this was not an all-inclusive list. Now for the things we didn't like so much. 1. There's really no store on board where you can get most things in one place. A general store, if you will. Jubilee has several stores on board, but it's like you have to go to multiple stores rather than one central place for most of the items you might need. My wife says there needs to be a mini Walmart type store on the ship. I don't disagree. So it's a little inconvenient depending on what you need, determining where to go. I'm just saying. Number 2, smallish elevators. For the majority of the cruise, this was not an issue. However, there were times when it was. For the life of me, I will never understand why people want to squeeze on an elevator that already has reduced capacity, with 10 people already on it trying to hold it in, and you think you have room to get on. Really? And then you want your friend to get on too. We had a couple of those moments. You just shake your head. Number 3, the tiny house bathroom in our cabin. That's the name my wife gave it. The bathrooms have gotten smaller. They are functional, which I guess is all you really need. But if they get any smaller, you'll be able to shower, shave, and do number 2 all at the same time. I think they've squeezed every inch out of it they can. It's almost impossible to have more than one person at a time in there. The one thing I did like was that somebody made the smart decision to have a folding shower door rather than one that swings out. It makes a difference. Alright, number 4, Grand Central. I know Carnival has gone to the Grand Central concept on their Excel ships, but I am not a fan. The reason I'm not a fan has to do with the fact that when there are shows or events in Grand Central, unless you get there early, and I mean early, you won't be able to find decent seating. The seating up front fills up quickly, and there's not that much of it. The seating toward the rear has monitors, but to me, it's not very practical for watching a live show. There is seating on deck 7, but it's limited. I would much prefer the shows and events be moved to the theater. That's much more practical to me. Just my opinion. Number 5. Me and my wife went and saw one of the shows on Jubilee called Soulbound. That was a colossal mistake. The R&B songs were fine, the singing itself was fine, but the storyline, not so much. My wife wanted to leave from the moment the show started. Her take was, why would they take such good songs and turn them into something wicked? The voodoo theme, witches, warlocks, just didn't seem to fit. It just didn't work for us, and apparently some others, because people did start to walk out. We generally love the shows on cruises, but this one didn't fit the bill. Not at all. Number 6, Fahrenheit 555 Steakhouse. I usually like to book at least one specialty restaurant on our cruises. For this cruise, it was the ship's steakhouse, Fahrenheit 555. We'd eaten at this restaurant on Mardi Gras, and it was fantastic. I don't know what happened on the Jubilee, but fantastic would not be the way I would describe it. The service was great. The meal itself was not. Both me and my wife ordered a steak medium well. When they came out, both steaks were extremely dry. We could hardly eat it, and in fact, I only finished about half of mine before I just stopped. We were very disappointed. We didn't complain or make a fuss about it. We just got up and left. The meal was not good at all. Everybody has a bad day every now and then, I guess. Maybe the restaurant was just having a bad day. Regardless, I'll probably be thinking twice before I book Fahrenheit 555 again. It might be time to give another specialty restaurant a try. Well, there you have it. 6 likes and 6 dislikes on Carnival Jubilee. Thank you again for watching. While you're here, please feel free to check out our channel. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing with us. We have so much more in store for you in 2024, and we'd love to have you as part of our growing community. Thank you, goodbye, and God bless. This is Daryl Whitman. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode of Destination WVF TV.